In theater, we often want to surprise people with a story, but there's an expectation of going to the opera and knowing the story, coming in active-minded, not just waiting to respond to what's in front of you, but thinking about it actively in the moment. And these kind of narrations can set up the audience for how to appreciate what they're about to hear.
I'm going to play 3 dance movements by Bach, and then I have a French piece by Keklin. He said it's prayers, processions, and dances for familiar gods. And so I think that'll be interesting for Steve to sort of describe that. We have the procession of the girls and the dance for the return of spring. And I think it'll be a fun program, and we're representing the Baroque period and late Romantic and then our contemporary piece.
I'm really delighted that Ronda's going to give the Tennessee premiere of a recent work of mine titled In the Park for solo piccolo. This piece came about, in the summer. I was part of a series of recitals using Zoom presented by the Wichita Symphony Orchestra, and their piccolo player had put out a call for works for solo piccolo. And it hit me like, I've never even thought about writing for solo piccolo. And so I decided to look at the music that I had already that could be adapted and then write some new music, and came up with a 4-movement work for solo piccolo that capitalizes on the lovely low end and the mid-range of the piccolo and avoids the very, very high, more shrill part of the piccolo. I think Cadek Recital Hall is a great space for live music because it's a fairly live environment. You get enough reverb to make the sound really warm and rich and vibrant.
It's a smaller stage, and the wood around it, I think the wood just makes the flute sound especially good in there.
With Cadek, the sound really comes alive, and also you're not as far removed from your audience, and so it feels a little bit more engaged on a personal level. Among the most enjoyable performances that I've been to are the ones in which either the performer or the leader or someone is interacting with the audience and kind of reducing the formality and breaking some of the tension and breaking down that fourth wall between performance and audience. And I just think it makes it a little more personal and more enjoyable.